Live from the CBS19 News Studio, this is Good Morning Charlottesville. Charlottesville News First.
Next on Good Morning Charlottesville, big changes may be coming to the Charlottesville Police Civilian Review Board. We'll explain what it could mean for policing in the city.
Fluvanna County's Board of Supervisors making a change in their redistricting plan, but not everyone supports it. We'll hear from a county board member on how this would impact decisions moving forward. Also, a local woman took a career risk and has a business that's keeping her plenty busy. We'll tell you why she's changed her lifestyle. Good morning, Charlottesville. It's good to have you here on a finally Friday morning. I'm Bo Sykes. And I'm Catherine Young. We'll get to your top stories in just a moment. But first, let's get a check on your Friday forecast with meteorologist AJ Willie. AJ, good morning.
Hello and good morning, Catherine and Bo. Much colder air back in the forecast for today. Hope you're able to get outside either Wednesday or yesterday or both and enjoy those low to mid 70s temperatures. This morning, we're in the 30s and the 40s, 43 here in Charlottesville, 36 degrees, a popular number. Dillwyn, Scottsville, Louisa, Orange all sitting at that 36 degree mark, 37 in Standardsville and Lake Monticello. 41 for our friends in Madison. Clouds and radar are clear and dry. No rain chances for today. We are going to see a good amount of sunshine, although it's going to remain chilly. Bus stop forecast right around 40 on average this morning, climbing only into the upper 40s, right about 50 degrees by the afternoon hours. Sunny, chilly, also breezy. I'll tell you what we're expecting in terms of potential wind gusts later on today. That's coming up here in just a little bit.
AJ, thank you. A Rockingham County school bus driver has been charged after the bus he was driving was hit by a freight train. State police charged 70-year-old James Kite of Elkton with failure to obey a traffic control device. Happened Wednesday at the intersection of Route 340 and Island Ford Road. Investigators say the rear of the bus was hanging over the train tracks while the driver was stopped at a stop sign. The train was unable to stop in time. 4 kids suffered minor injuries. The conductor and engineer were the only ones on the train, and they were not injured. One man is dead after a car crash in Nelson County. It happened Monday morning right before 8. Police say a pickup truck was making a left turn onto Dowdy Lane when it was hit by a car. Driver of the car, 33-year-old Bodie Williams of Shipman, died at the scene. Police say he wasn't wearing a seatbelt. Driver of the pickup truck was not injured. Charges are pending.
A third person has been sentenced for a January shooting on Emmett Street in broad daylight. Xavier Goins of Columbus, Georgia, was sentenced to 5 years in prison with 3.5 years suspended. Goins pleaded guilty to charges of malicious wounding and accessory after the fact for the January shooting. He will also serve 12 months on supervised probation following his release from prison. Jaden Riley, also of Columbus, Georgia, was sentenced to prison on Wednesday. Carson Dabbs, the last person involved in the incident, is currently in prison. Animal control officers in Louisa County are warning about a dangerous bear. The bear has killed 3 pigs and a sheep near Louisa Farms and Little River Farms Road in Bumpus. Animal control offering this information if you do spot a bear in your backyard. They say keep a safe distance, make loud noises to scare the bear away, bang some pots and pans, for example. Also, remove garbage, pet food, and bird feeders from the yard. Ask your neighbors to do the same. If you do have a bear problem, you should call the Wildlife Conflict Helpline at 855-571-9003.
Efforts are underway to dissolve the Charlottesville Police Civilian Review Board and create a Police Civilian Oversight Board.
This would mean expanded powers for the board, and it could happen soon. CBS 19's Sarah Robinson has a look at the proposal.
The Virginia General Assembly passed a bill last year which allocates localities to have oversight ordinances. Now there's a push for Charlottesville's Police Civilian Review Board to become an oversight board.
Civilian Review Board that was basically an advisory board. They wouldn't have much authority. They would be allowed to make recommendations and to get information if the police department gave them information.
CBS 19's legal analyst, Scott Goodman, says essentially the review board relied entirely on the cooperation of police. But with an oversight board comes a lot more power.
They'll be able to compel the production of documents. They will be able to ask the circuit court to subpoena witnesses if someone's not being cooperative.
But arguably the most important change, Goodman says, more transparency.
And they will actually be able to look at the internal investigations of the police department and see how they handled accusations of abuse and misconduct by police officers.
As for the removal of potential bad actors within the department, current Police Civilian Review Board member Bellamy Brown says that's still up to the chief and council.
This is more to ensure that there are adequate investigations, that that the public is, having their grievances, properly looked into and adjudicated.
In Charlottesville, Sarah Robinson, CBS 19 News.
The Albemarle County Police Department is adding 7 new officers to its force. The new recruits graduated from the police academy on Thursday and will now begin an intensive 4-week post-academy training with ACPD. One of the officers, Bailey Legg, graduated at the top of the class. She graduated with her husband, Corey, who will also join the department. ACPD will begin another recruitment process at the start of 2022. In Georgia, defense attorneys for the 3 men accused of killing Ahmaud Arbery rested their case after calling a total of 7 witnesses, including the defendant who fatally shot Arbery. Travis McMichael, his father, and their neighbor each face 9 charges, including murder.
With just hours to spare, the governor of Oklahoma called off the execution of Julius Jones. Jones has been on death row, proclaiming his innocence for nearly 20 years in the 1999 murder of a businessman during a carjacking. Jones was 19 at the time of his arrest. House Republicans and Democrats debated late into the night over President Biden's multi-trillion-dollar Build Back Better bill. Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy kept lawmakers in session into the early morning hours with an hours-long speech. The massive social spending bill includes money for items such as universal pre-K, child care, health care, and climate change. Still ahead on a Friday morning on Good Morning Charlottesville.
What researchers say about a newly identified brain receptor that could be linked to depression or stress. That's coming up in our Health Watch.
And we've still got a good amount of sunshine in the forecast for today, but temperatures much cooler. I'll tell you how today compares to what we saw yesterday. That's right after the break. Good morning, my friends, and a happy Friday. It was certainly a warm day across Central Virginia yesterday. Officially, we broke a record here at the Charlottesville Albemarle Regional Airport. 76 degrees was that high temperature. Overnight lows were considerably above average too. 48 was about 10 degrees above where we should be for this time of year. Broke the record we set back in 2016, obviously nowhere close to the record low. This morning we're close to average, still a few degrees above average here in Charlottesville. Most of the area in the mid to upper 30s, right around 40 degrees, 39 in Standardsville, 41 in Madison, 36 in Orange, Louisa, and Lake Monticello, 43 waking up here in Charlottesville. Winds starting to pick up just a little bit. We are going to see some pretty breezy conditions through the course of the day today. You can see some areas in West Virginia seeing wind gusts 20, 25, even 28 mile per hour wind gusts in Elkins. As of right now, I'm expecting wind gusts about 15 to 20 through the course of the day today. You can see that here on your forecasted wind gusts by the lunchtime hour, 15, 20, maybe 25 miles per hour right on the eastern ridge of the Blue Ridge Mountains. And then things start to calm down considerably once we get around sunset and into the later evening hours with winds calming down. That's going to allow temperatures to get really chilly overnight tonight. Today, we're only into the upper 40s, 49 as a high temperature in Charlottesville. Most of the area right around that 50-degree mark. And as I just mentioned, really cold overnight into your Saturday morning. Mid to upper 20s expected. Back into the lower 50s tomorrow afternoon with a little bit more cloud coverage through the afternoon and evening hours. 51 as a high temperature tomorrow in Charlottesville. Right now, your Doppler radar is clear and dry. No rain chances expected for today. Here's the cold front that pushed throughout the overnight hours, brought us a whopping 1/100th of an inch of rainfall officially at the Charlottesville Albemarle Regional Airport. So really didn't even bring us a whole lot in terms of rainfall, and we don't have too much in terms of rain chances for the next couple of days as high pressure settles in. You can see that on your future cast. Dry through today, mostly clear overnight into your Saturday morning before that little bit of cloud coverage shows up tomorrow afternoon before our next cold front moves through Sunday night into Monday morning. That's when our next chance of rain returns to the forecast. Cardinal Home Center extended forecast back into the mid-50s Sunday and Monday. Cold front moves through, bringing showers Sunday night into Monday morning, kind of similar to last night, mainly in the overnight hours. And then much colder by Tuesday. Thanksgiving, though, looking pretty average.
Okay, but this is closer to where we should be for this time of the year.
Yeah, certainly. We were every bit of 17 degrees above average yesterday afternoon, and we broke the record at show by 2 degrees, but records only go back about 25 years. So, but still, warmest November 18th in 25 years.
Good.
And it was comfortable, but, you know, we have to face reality.
Yeah.
All good things come to an end at some point, and this is certainly more typical for this time of year.
And this won't seem so bad come January and February.
That's
Oh
right.
my gosh,
Remember that.
absolutely.
51 in February, I will not be complaining.
Oh no.
Thanks, AJ.
No problem.
It's Feel Good Friday. Many people are making career switches during the pandemic, allowing some to fulfill their dream jobs.
A local woman made that switch that helps the environment. Her business is getting a lot of buzz. CBS 19's Miranda Mahmud joins us live with that story. Miranda, good morning.
Good morning, Catherine and Bo. The pandemic sparked a culture shift, one where people needed to make changes to their personal and career lives. This former agriculture consultant turned bee savior is one of those examples. Meet Allison Wickham. She always has a passion to help others and the environment. And when COVID crashed the workforce, it interfered with her job and childcare. And she knew what she had to do, turn her side hustle, saving the bees, into a full-time career. Her business, Siller Pollinator Company, makes spaces for bees to do their job and thrive. She says if it weren't for the drastic changes brought on by the pandemic, this may have not flourished into what it is now, but now it's causing a buzz.
I always knew somehow that I could make a living doing the right thing. And that was the mission of this company. And, you know, our mission statement is to help people help pollinators. And whatever that looks like, we'll help. And it's been fantastic. I am shocked by how many people really want to engage with pollinators and want to help and do the right thing, but maybe they don't know where to start. And so we come in and say, you could do, you know, you could plant flowers, you could have a honeybee hive, you could put up a native bee house.
After being her own boss for the past year, she says there's no turning back. The bees provide honey, help plants grow, and even help produce oxygen. In making beehives and gardens, bees now have a chance at growing their population again, which is good for everyone. All creatures rely on these hard-working insects. And stay tuned this morning for GMC on Fox Virginia. I'll have her full story starting at 7 a.m. You won't want to miss it. Reporting live in the studio, Miranda Mahmud, CBS 19 News. Good morning. I'm Tatiana Swain with today's top health headlines. You know, honey is it has a lot of medicinal properties, which leads us into our headlines. A new approach to treating migraine headaches and how the U.S. can better tackle future pandemics. Medical experts who served in the Obama administration say the U.S. must establish a nonpartisan commission on COVID-19. They say the group is needed to examine how the nation tackled the coronavirus and recommend steps to address future pandemics. And scientists at Scripps Research in Florida say they've identified a key receptor in the brain linked to depression and chronic stress. They hope the breakthrough will lead to new therapies to treat mood disorders and anxiety. And a new study in the journal Science suggests a plant-based diet rich in dark green leafy vegetables may help people suffering from chronic migraines. The recommendation comes after the diet stopped migraines from occurring in a male patient after just 3 months. The diet also reduced migraine frequency for a number of other patients. And that's all for today's top health headlines. For CBS 19 News, I'm Tatiana Swain.
Tatiana, thank you. Still ahead this morning on Good Morning Charlottesville, our student athlete of the week is carrying on the family legacy. You'll hear her story after the Weather Authority forecast.